expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football, no! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We ready? I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this hollering we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a heel just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I am. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You haven't worked in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We ready? I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! It's a wrap. Game over.
Now, this game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is Freestyle Friday. And that means we're going to talk about anything and everything here on the show today. So if you want to get in, 281-453-1000 is the number to dial. That's 281-453-1000. Or you can text me, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. I just got Todd and Longhorn Keith riled up. Just sent them a little article that says the slumping Longhorns have a difficult backloaded schedule, and it might get worse before it gets better for the Longhorn basketball team. This writer Scott Wachter said it wasn't too long that the Texans Longhorns entered the season ranked as the number 5 team in college basketball. Even more recently, first-year head coach Chris Beard's team inched closer towards another top 10 appearance and snowballing the momentum with 11 wins in 12 games. Then came 3 losses in 4 outings, including a 13-point road loss to 8-5 Oklahoma State and a disappointing home defeat to 9-7 Kansas State. UT's 13-5, and it ain't looking good. Ain't looking good. Who they got? I think they got Oklahoma State tomorrow. I think, isn't it? Who they got tomorrow? Todd, Longhorn, Keith Hennick. Who they got tomorrow? Let me pull this up because ain't nobody gonna tell. They don't want to talk when I get on their teams like that. Let me see. Tomorrow, Oklahoma State against the number 23 Longhorns at 1:00. I'll be getting ready for some NFL football action at 3:30. I'll let that one play out without my undivided attention. So I had to rile them up a little bit. They talk as soon as I threw that out there, they start talking about Penny Hardaway. Like, what Penny got to do with y'all's team? Y'all told me Chris Beard was gonna make it do what it do, and it ain't done much. It started with that Gonzaga spanking, and it's been up and down from there. So I feel like riling up UT Longhorn fans. Basketball team, football team, women's basketball got something going on, but everything else is Longhorns. Longhorn fans, where y'all at? Y'all didn't check in on Talk Your Team Tuesday. Every Longhorn fan called in on a different day and wanted to talk about somebody else's team. I be trying to tell y'all, man, when y'all get excited about all these coaches and, oh, God, this guy, woo, gonna be great. Yeah, okay. All right. The New York Giants are going to hire some dude at general manager. Some dude at general manager. Giants hire Joe Schoen as their next general manager. Go Giants, go. Is it Joe Schoen or Schoen? Doesn't matter, does it? He's replacing Dave Gettleman, who had no plan. So we'll see if Schoen can show in and show us he's got a plan. I think the biggest telling part of his not short-lived, but very brief new career as a general manager of the New York City Giants is who he hires at head coach. If he comes in with some random, we already know. If he comes in with some retread, we already know. If he comes in with some New England product, we already know. With the exception of one guy, Brian Flores. That'd be the only exception. If he comes in with somebody else, all right. Jim Caldwell, formerly of the Detroit Lions and the Indianapolis Colts, has turned down interviews. Jim Caldwell say he ain't interviewing with everybody. Jim Caldwell say he don't want every job out there. Jim Caldwell has turned down some interviews, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it a lot. He did not want to interview with the the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think the other team was the Giants. I kind of like it. That's what I've been saying. If some of these minority head coaches realize that, man, listen, you only got one shot. What did Eminem say? You get one chance. You got one shot. Don't waste it on just anybody. Let me see. Jim Caldwell. I want to see exactly who he turned down. Don't want to just interview with everybody. Okay, yeah. The Vikings and the Raiders. Caldwell said, no, thank you. Kind of feels like those are already either seated or done want them. Just a Rooney Rule interview. Caldwell said, nah, I'm good. Hey, but Jim, it's just a video interview. Just click the button. Nah, I'm all right. Jim, we just sent you the link. Just click the link. I'm good. Thanks, though. So you don't want to be a head coach? Yeah, no, I'm good. I've been a head coach in the NFL. I got that under my belt. So you don't want to coach again? I will. But you're turning down an interview. Yeah, I'm not just turning down all of them, just yours. I like it. If Josh McDaniels can still be considered an NFL head coach candidate, and Jim Caldwell actually got the Indianapolis Colts to a Super Bowl as the head coach and had not one, not two, but 3 winning seasons in Detroit, yeah, he can turn down some interviews and still be considered an NFL head coach, in my humble opinion. I like it. I like it. You have your people call their people and it ain't sounding right. Now, I'm not clicking the link. I'm good. It's a video interview. Just click the link. Let's talk. Nah, I'm all right. I got that thing. What thing? I got that thing. Well, do you want us to reschedule? No, I'm gonna have another thing. Well, how do you know? We haven't even told you what time to reschedule it. Yeah, I'll have a thing. I like it. Jim Caldwell. I hope more folks take suit. I don't know. I don't know how many jobs Eric Bieniemy has interviewed for, but if I'm EB, I'm not going back in on the same ones that overlooked me the last time. I'm not. Especially if they got the same general manager, same front office execs. I'm not going back in. What now? What now makes you want me that you didn't want me then? Not saying he's going to get a job because he doesn't interview with folks that overlooked him. I'm just saying they might not get a second chance. Now, if there's a change in front office and general manager, I'm talking to somebody new, yeah, let's roll it. What's that link? I'm clicking in. But it's the same people that I talked to the last time who, for whatever reason, said I didn't interview well. Yeah, we're not going to give it a new go. This isn't American Ninja Warrior, and you're trying to find out if I can get further in the obstacle course than I did the last time. In fact, I'm serious, man. I'm very serious when I say I hope these coaches are going in asking as many questions of whoever's interviewing them as the interviewer is asking them. Like, why would I want to come to Detroit? Why would I want to be the next head coach of the Raiders? Look at how you did the last head coach. What will give me an assurance that you're not going to be dropping my emails out there for anybody to see? Now that Mike Mayock is gone, can I pick out some of these groceries I'm going to be cooking the meal with in my Bill Parcells voice? I mean, you got to ask questions back, or you're just you don't know what you're getting into. Most people are on their best behavior or have their best foot forward in an interview. What do you like when we're not interviewing? Will I have your undying support when there's a bunch of microphones stuck in your face and they're wondering if this rebuild is happening fast enough? Are you going to be throwing me under the bus to the media a la Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott? I'm just curious. Just curious. All right, it's Freestyle Friday. You see me. I'm talking about anything and everything. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. You can also text me 832-403-5005 or email aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com. Caller, I see you there. Let me take a quick break. I'll be right back.
If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt, then listen up. We can reduce or eliminate your interest rates. Cut your monthly payment up to 50% and stop all late fees. Our company has been helping good people just like you get out of debt for over 30 years. Don't get stressed out. If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills, we can show you a way to reduce all of your bills to one lower monthly payment that you can afford. So again, if you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills you can't afford, make this free call today and learn how you can finally get out of debt. Call now for your free consultation. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. That's 800-638-7112. Sponsored by Credit Guard.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your your family's health insurance, it's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. That's 800-472-5145.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
I am Jacqueline Carr, and here is your winning strategy. At some point, all of us in our lives need the right words, the right push, a hand to hold, a prayer, and strength to help us. Unite with people who will celebrate you and push you and not give you reasons for why you cannot pursue your vision. If you don't have anyone in your circle to push you, you've got to learn how to push yourself. Don't complain about what is not happening right now in your life. Look around. Everyone doesn't share with you what they're dealing with or have been going through, but that does not mean others have not had the same or similar experience to yours. Carry yourself like the beautiful and wonderful person that you are, and don't let life's challenges steal the glow and the smile that you carry.
I'm Ben Tankett, and you are listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Freestyle Friday, and I'm messing with Todd and Longhorn Key. I love it. Let me go to the phone line, though. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Brother AJ, lunch break is Ferdinand.
Ferdinand, man. What it do, Ferdinand? What does it do?
Well, AJ, I like the interim coach with the Raiders. I think he did a phenomenal job. And a lot of times, if I was any coach, I would interview with the Raiders because look, let that guy have a chance. You know, the interim coach came in, he kept things together, got you guys in the playoffs. And to be honest with you, AJ, they could have won the game. You know, they come up short. Wasn't the coach's fault. I think the play calling was great. They had a chance to score a touchdown. AJ didn't do it. So I think he did a phenomenal job with what he had, you know, in Las Vegas.
No, I mean, I think you might be right. I think you might be right. I don't know. I can't quite read Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders. By him firing Mike Mayock, does that mean he wants to give this young man, well, he's not a young man, but this head coach the opportunity to be the head coach, or does he want to bring in somebody else? So I don't know. I'm that one's going to be interesting, and maybe that's why Jim Caldwell said, "Yeah, I ain't interviewing for that." You don't even have a GM right now, so who am I talking to?
Well, but that's true, AJ, because you know sometimes we want what we want instead of what's best for us. But if it ain't broke, man, don't fix it. You add to what you have, and I just think that I'd go ahead and get that guy a shot. You know, I don't see at least a 1-year contract until you land somebody else. Keep going with what you got, because right now it's not broken. I mean, because at the beginning of the year, the Raiders, man, they was really, losing ground. But come on, you come up, you pick it up at the end of the year, despite the coach being fired. You know, I thought they fared pretty well.
Yeah, again, I think that the Raiders is an organization that it has potential, but it's also got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I mean, when you look at how they're just soft on Derek Carr. I mean, either you're going to make this guy your franchise quarterback or you're not, but to dangle him out there the way that they did. And then some of the moves that Mayock made, of course, with Antonio Brown and others. I don't know, man. I felt like that thing was a hot mess before it got started, and it just got hotter and messier after it got going.
Well, too, AJ, what teams have to do, like, when you have a quarterback like that and you have a running back like Zeke, you need an offensive coordinator or a coach that can relate to their style of play. Because there's no reason that Dallas shouldn't have got over 100 or 200 yards. You got to trust your process, and you have to have a plan. And I think Dallas, if they had a plan, they got away from it quick. but you got to establish the run. I mean, it's a given in NFL. You have to establish the run. And on last week, AJ, all the home teams prevailed except for Dallas.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Yeah,
absolutely. Doc, I'm dissecting it. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. You know, and I'm glad to hear you say that that teams have to establish a run, because I got a lot of folks calling me crazy on my analysis for some of these games because I keep pointing to the run game and they want to tell me about, you know, Deebo Samuel from the 49ers and George Kittle and everything like that. You do know you got Jimmy Garoppolo throwing the ball to those guys, and there's a good chance it'll get to somebody else before it gets to them. You got to run that ball, and they got a young man who can run the rock in San Francisco. Same thing in Tennessee, whether it's Derrick Henry or Deontay Foreman or Hilliard, whoever it is. You got to have somebody who can open up the passing game by running the ball. In fact, I'll say it like this, Ferdinand. You know, people can ignore you, right?
Yes.
There's ways you can make them pay attention to you. And when you running the ball with bad intent down their throat, guess what? They gonna pay attention to you. They gonna pay attention to you. Yeah, you got big time wide receivers, but when you're running the ball with bad intent down their throat, oh yeah, they gonna wake up. They're gonna be like, yo, somebody stop that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. So until Ezekiel Elliott make guys respect him, AJ, they won't respect him. I don't care what plays the offensive coordinator called in Dallas. Zeke has got to be a creator. The best running back in the day were slashers, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Eric Dickerson. Those guys made it happen. No matter what play was called, if that play was a bust, they still made it away. So Zeke has to gain the respect of the NFL, and you got to be a beast. You got to create yards. And when you do that, when Zeke can create the yards, I don't know why they didn't use Pollard enough. Then you free up Dak. Everybody want to talk about Dak. Dak is a good quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
But if you're not freeing up and giving them some time to throw, you're not gonna work. And so I'll go this way. This week my picks are Tennessee, the Packers, the Buccaneers, the Chiefs. And I have an upset game. That could very well go to 49ers, could upset the Packers. If the 49ers don't have a run, Packers win.
Okay. All right. I'll take all four of those. I appreciate you, Ferdinand. You be safe out there, brother.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
All right, Ferdinand. Good call. Freestyle Friday. Let's see. Breaking news. Derrick Henry expected to be activated off the IR today, which means he's going to play. Tennessee going to run with Derrick Henry. I hope that they don't just throw him in that starting lineup and, you know, drop 25, 30 carries on him. I hope that ain't the case. You know, give him 15, 16, you know, give Dante 12 of those, you know, drop another 7, 8 on my man Hilliard and let's roll. See what happens. You know, of course you got a game plan. You gotta work with what the other team's giving you, but you know, there are some really good coaches out there who impose their will. I'm using their terminology. I'm not trying to be a cliche giant, but there's some coaches that know how to impose their will on the other team. Yeah, you want us to throw the ball, but we're gonna run it anyway. Yeah, you want us to run the ball, but we're gonna keep dinking and dunking just like we're running. You know, Bill Walsh was the master of this short pass game is like a good run game. So we'll see. Derrick Henry going to play tomorrow when Tennessee hosts Cincinnati at 3:30. All right, so I got to take a break, but let me just warn you real quick. The Texans are trying to ruin your weekend. The Houston Texans are trying to ruin your weekend, and I'm going to help you not let it happen right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Are you looking to start a business? From side hustles to major business opportunity? Franchise 123 connects franchise buyers with sellers. And we have over 4,000 franchises for you to choose from. In one simple 30-second call, our live agents will sign you up to the platform. This is not a hard sales call either. We give you free access to our database. Yes, free access, no cost. We are the largest online franchise database in the world. You can find 95% of all businesses. Buying a franchise doesn't have to be complicated. We make it easy, and right now, some have no startup fees. You can turn your special skill into a franchise business or go full scale with all the top franchise businesses in the world. Sign up with Franchise 123 now and get your free guide to franchise success now. Call 800-419-5344, 800-419-5344, or text Franchise 123 to 63566. Text Franchise 123 to 63566.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Talk with your boy TD Blackshear every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. See you there. Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
Hey, what's going on? This is Lecrae, and right now you're listening to The Lunch Break.
Man, Method Man and them say I came to bring the noise. I came to let you know, don't fall for the hype down here in Houston. The Texans feel left out. They feel irrelevant. They've been exposed as a trash franchise. General manager don't know what he's doing. The vice president of football operations, prayer, and all things religiously related, Jack Easterby, don't know what he's doing either. And they've decided that yet again they're going to interview and have interviewed Josh McCown, former legendary journeyman quarterback that probably played for more teams in the NFL than everybody except Steve DeBerg. I'm just saying. So the Texans interviewed this dude, and the only thing about Josh McCown, not a bad dude, sure he's a good family man, loved the Lord and heard his cry, pitied every groan, all that. Josh McCown has never been a head coach on any level. High school, college, NFL. Josh McCown wasn't a head coach in the XFL. Josh McCown wasn't a head coach in the CFL. Josh McCown wasn't a head coach in the AAF. I don't hear anybody saying they're going to hire Josh McCown as the head coach in the new reboot of the USFL. But for some reason, the Texans keep sending them the link. They keep sending them a link. Yo, Josh, we're going to send you a link. For what? Interview you for the head coach job. We did that last year. All right, we're going to do it again this year. But, hey, have you coached anybody since we last talked? No. All right, we're going to send you the link anyway. What are you doing? I told my brother, like no other, Mike Patton, of touring the AFC South, hang on to this name, Josh McCown. The Texans wanted to hire him last year, couldn't justify it. They want to give it another shot this year, but here's how they want to justify it. If they can get one other team, just one, not two, not three, then what, 7? If they can get one other team to interview Josh McCown, they got a shot. Because then they can say, well, we decided to go ahead and get him now before the Raiders got him. Or we decided to go ahead and get him now before Minnesota got him. So if they can get one more team while we're enjoying Tennessee and Cincinnati, Green Bay and San Francisco, Tampa Bay and the Rams, Kansas City and Buffalo, if we can get one more team to just say, we're going to interview Josh McCown, the Texans can pull the trigger. They can say, we've offered him a 3-year guaranteed head coaching job of the Texans. Josh McCown brings a wealth of offensive knowledge to a team with a young quarterback that had bright spots on offense, that played very well in the second half of many games, and we feel he's the right head coach to lead us to where we all want to be. And I wish that Nick Caserio would keep Mike Tomlin's name out of his mouth, but that would be the perfect opportunity for him to remind us that Mike Tomlin didn't have head coaching experience and was a brief defensive coordinator before he got the head coach job at Pittsburgh. And look how that turned out. Bruh, I just wish he would keep Mike Tomlin's name out of his mouth. Here's why I say they tried to mess up your weekend. They don't have to do all of this. They don't have to do any of this. If they want Josh McDowell, just offer the job to Josh McDowell. Nobody's going to believe in you, and nobody's going to hate you more than they already do if you hire Josh McDowell. If that's who you want, get him. It's Mrs. McNair's team. She's letting Cal run it, and Cal decided to put a chaplain and a New England Patriot disciple over it. Do it. Do it. Come on, man. Listen, don't waste my time. You ever have somebody call you, Keith Hennig? You ever have somebody call you early or catch you in the middle of something, and they say, hey, dude, did I catch you at a bad time? And you say, I was kind of in something, but what's up? And they take forever to get to whatever it is they interrupted you for. I mean, they take forever. They call you early in the morning. Hey, did I wake you up? No, I was about to wake up anyway. What's up? And they take forever to get to whatever it is they woke you up for. That's the Texans. Just get to it. Just do what it is you want to do. Just don't waste our time. If Josh is your man, get Josh. I also see published reports that say Jonathan Gannon. Is that his name? I don't know the guy. I apologize. I should know all the hot up-and-coming coordinators of the NFL. I don't. I'm not going to pretend like I do. You know, you got someone, oh, man, I got my nose to the ground, man. Oh, you got to watch out for this dude, man. He's an up-and-coming coordinator. Who is he? Oh, he's in the 3rd grade, but I'm telling you, man, he's going to be somebody. I'm on it. Call me when he reaches puberty. Okay? Telling you, man. Okay? I don't know Jonathan, what's his name? Gannon. Rich Gannon's distant cousin. I don't know this dude. But if that's who the Texans want, get him. Call the presser, announce it, and let us get back to Tennessee, Cincinnati, Green Bay, San Francisco, Tampa Bay, LA Rams, Kansas City, Buffalo Bills. Let's just get back to that. It's like the Texans want to be so relevant that Nick Caserio and Jack, I'm sorry, I feel like I need to call him by some title, Reverend Jack. You know, give reverence to Reverend Jack. First, giving honor to God who's ahead of my life, Reverend Jack, GM Caserio, and all of the members on the Texans roster. If you want Gannon, just announce Gannon. If you want McNown, just announce McNown. Don't waste our time with all of this stuff. They want to be so relevant. They want to be so like New England. You know what one of the biggest press conferences is going to be whenever it happens? Whenever New England has to announce who replaced Bill Belichick. That will be one of the biggest pressers in all of sports. Whenever New England has to announce who is replacing Bill Belichick. Very similar to when Tom Brady left. One of the biggest pressers ever. When Tom Brady announced he was going to Tampa, Big, I mean, huge. You know what will never be a big deal outside of outside of Kirby and Fannin? Who the Texans are going to get as their next head coach. It's just not going to be a big deal. If they get a good name, how do we know that that good name is not going to get is ever going to get a fair chance to be a good coach here in Houston? If they get a bad name, been there, done that. I'm still trying to figure out how the head coach of the Detroit Lions had a worse record than Coach David Culley, but David Culley was the one that got fired. We can't do year 2 of this. But Detroit is like, oh yeah, let's run this back. We saw some bright spots. The only reason why Urban Meyer got fired was because of all the off-field stuff. You can't kick your kicker. You can't get lap dances while your team is trying to fly back from a defeat. You can't do that kind of stuff. Hire a racist strength and conditioning coach. And, that's enough. That's 3 strikes, you're out. But watch this. If Urban Meyer hadn't done that, could you imagine that Urban Meyer and the head coach of Detroit kept their job, and David Culley would have been the one that, we can't take another down of this. What you're doing here in Houston, we can't have no more of that. I'll leave it at this. Texans, pick whoever you want. Do not interrupt us when we're trying to watch Tennessee and Cincinnati, Green Bay and San Francisco, Tampa Bay and the Rams, and Kansas City and Buffalo. Just don't. Do not interrupt that. That's all I'm saying. All right, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or you can text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. You can also email me, aj@kylksports.com. That's aj@kylksports.com. AJ, what's going on with Lovey? Patricia said that. She texted me. AJ, what's going on with Lovey? Good question. As of right now, Lovey Smith is still a member of the Houston Texans coaching staff. Whatever they bring in, whomever they're going to bring in, that could change. If they bring in Josh McNown, they're not going to let him pick his own coaching staff, so Lovey Smith stays. Josh and Pep will probably run the offense. If they bring in Gannon, whoever this guy is, he's a defensive mind. I don't know if Lovey stays under that scenario. I don't know. And I don't believe they're going to bring in a veteran seasoned head coach who's going to be wanting to bring in his own staff. Nick might offend somebody if he's listening in on the headset to an offensive coordinator that he doesn't have power over. Some of these offensive coordinators out there got a little feeling themselves. Remember when Bill O'Brien got in a cussing match with Tom Brady? O'Brien ended up coaching in Happy Valley. Brady kept going and winning more chips in New England. So I don't see a veteran senior head coach coming in here saying, I want to bring in my own staff. I don't see Caserio and Easterby doing that. They lose all of their proverbial power if they do that. But if they bring in one of their people or a young novice head coach, then they get all the say. They got all the power. Just throwing that out there. All right, so Patricia, thank you for your text. ED, it's not Ed though. I usually do initials. ED says, AJ, what do you think about Dak getting fined $25,000? I'm glad you asked, ED. not only did Dak poorly execute one of the worst call offensive plays in NFL playoff history. One of them. I didn't say it was the worst. I said it was one of the worst. Not only did he poorly execute one of the worst called offensive plays in NFL playoff history, he got fined $25,000 for talking about the referees. You can't make this stuff up. It's craziness. If I'm Mike McCarthy, I don't say another thing about the game. I immediately channel my Bill Belichick. We're moving on to next season. Well, what about the slot? We're moving on to next season. Well, what about the play call? We're moving on to next season. I mean, we know who Dallas is playing next year. We know their home and away schedule. We don't know the dates. But if I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm looking. They host the Texans next year. We're just trying to beat the Texans next year. I'm not saying anything else about that crazy game in San Francisco. If I'm Dak, I'm not saying anything else about it. If I'm Jerry or Stephen Jones, I'm not saying anything else about it. But for Dak to get fined $25,000 on top of poorly executing one of the worst ever play calls in NFL playoff history, and you get dinged 25G, yeah, tough day. Tough day. Taking a break. Be right back. Freestyle Friday on the lunch break.
Hi, this is Candace Houston. Tune into my new radio show called Candid Plug. Every Saturday from noon to 1, we will have engaging conversations on current events, topics that affect the community, and religion. Join me each Saturday from noon to 1 for my new show called Candid Plug, where you plus me equals us. Right here on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and streaming live on KYOKradio.org.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead, say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
love talking,
and joy living on Get Up Mornings.
Get up! Get up!
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy James Fortune, and you are listening to The Lunch Break. Keep it locked.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Roku TV. You got a Roku streaming device or Roku TV, download BS3 TV. B as in Ben, S as in Sutter, 3 TV. Open that up, you'll see some great shows. And I mean all kinds of shows, not just sports, but you'll see some political shows, you'll see some religious shows, you'll see some variety shows, and one of them you'll see is The Lunch Break. So be sure to tune in to us. Got it going on Roku. All right. AJ, you said you knew who the Cowboys' schedule was. Who are they playing? Well, you already know they play the Giants, Washington, and Philly. You know they play them twice. But their home games this year, they got the Bears coming to town, the Bengals coming to town, the Detroit Lions, Houston, the Colts, and Tampa Bay. Yeah, they got the Buccaneers coming to town. And we'll see if they can get a measure of revenge, seeing as how they lost a very close season opener to Tampa Bay. I think that Tampa Bay game might be the start of the next season if Tampa Bay wins the Super Bowl again. That might be the first game of the regular season. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, Dallas's away schedule, they've got Green Bay, good one. Jacksonville, you'll beat them. The Rams, Minnesota, and Tennessee. Going to be some good games. Going to be some good games. Go back to the Texans. Let me see if the Texans got any hope with who they got to go. All right, so Texans this coming season, coming to town, they've got Cleveland, Kansas City, loss, Chargers, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts is coming home. That'd be a good one. I got the Eagles in that one just because. And the Washington football team. Who's Washington going to have at quarterback this year? This new season. Who's Washington going to rock with at QB? I'm sorry, Taylor Heineke is the backup. He is not the starter. You cannot rock out there with Taylor Heineke again. Texans away games, they will visit Chicago. Get them, Justin. Dallas, we already talked about that. Denver, who's their quarterback going to be? Las Vegas Raiders, Miami Dolphins, and the Giants. Watch this. They got a couple of chances to play against Deshaun Watson. Why? Because Deshaun is rumored to be going to either Washington, Miami, or possibly the Giants. That would be interesting. That would be interesting if Deshaun ended up on one of those teams that they got to play either here in Houston. I'd rather it be here in Houston. That would be good and awkward. Again, please don't come for me. I am not minimizing the allegations against Deshaun and the civil lawsuits as well as the criminal investigation. I'm not in it. I'm not minimizing it. I want every one of the women to get 100% justice. 100%. I'm just talking about the football end of it. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. I got Keith Hennig on here. I know he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Let me see who Tampa Bay has on their schedule. Tampa Bay. Oh, they got the Baltimore Ravens coming to town, the Bengals, the Green Bay Packers, Kansas City, the Rams, and the Seahawks. Wow. They didn't do Tampa Bay any favors. Ravens, Bengals, Packers, Chiefs. Four playoff teams right there. And then you throw in the Rams, that's 5-0. We don't know what Seattle's going to look like next. Man, that's tough. And then away, they got to go to Arizona. They got to go to Cleveland. They've got to go to Dallas. They've got to go to Pittsburgh. And they've got to go to San Francisco. Wow, 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 wow. Keith Hennig says he thinks Derek Carr will be the quarterback in Washington. You might be right. I feel like, though, Washington is going to make an attempt at Deshaun. I don't think they should. I think that is the one place that should not even try to inquire about Deshaun. Like with all the stuff you got going on, that one just won't work, bro. Didn't you just get out of trouble? Yep. And now you get ready to do this? Yep. Okay, have at it. Good luck. So, yeah, Tampa Bay, tough schedule. Let me see what New Orleans has got. New Orleans, 2022 schedule. Home, they've got Baltimore coming to town. They've got Cincinnati, the Raiders, the Rams, Minnesota, and Seattle. Away, they've got Arizona, Cleveland. Man, hey, Willie Gibson, New Orleans going to come up there and get in that. Yeah. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco. Saints got a tough schedule too. Question is, who's going to be the Saints quarterback next season? Who will be the Saints quarterback next season? Keith Hennig says, I believe if Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, Brady retires. The Bucs will likely win half of their games next year. So you think they're going to go 9-8, 8-9, somewhere in there? Nah, man, I don't see. You know what that will depend on? How much Tampa Bay loses on their coaching staff. Tampa Bay loses Leftwich and Bowles. Oh, yeah, you're right. It might go down like that. It might go down like that. If they keep one or both of them, I think they're going to be all right. Tough schedule, though. I'll give you that. Tough schedule. I will give you that. So, yeah, got some very interesting matchups. Very interesting matchups coming up. MD, AJ, that schedule for the Texans, they might mess around and win 8 games. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm not giving them anything. Don't know who the head coach is going to be. Don't know who the offense coordinator is going to be. Too many questions. I ain't giving them nothing. Right now, I'm keeping the Texans at 0-0. 4-13 or 0-0. Either we're going to look back or we're not going to look ahead. We're going to look at 0-0. I ain't giving them nothing until they play some, until I know who's coaching them up. SM. Oh man, I like your handle. I gotta give him this. Sir ma'am. And I got a picture. It's a husband and wife sharing their social media account. I was never big on that. I'm just letting you know. I'm not whole big on the one account, but don't let me mess up your relationship. If that's what y'all do that. But this mine, that one's yours. Be careful. If you need to check mine, here it is. Go through that. But both of us sharing one account, nah, I'm good. So Sir Bam said, AJ, what is the Cleveland schedule? Okay, hang on. Good question. All right, let me see. Where did I go? NFL. This. Here we go. All right, so you said Cleveland. Here we go. I've got that. Now you got me wanting to look at the. Now you got me wanting to look at Pittsburgh's schedule too. All right, Cleveland schedule. Their home opponents. They've got the Chargers coming to town, the Patriots coming to town, New Orleans coming to town, the Jets, them, and Tampa Bay. So no gimmies there. And then their away schedule, they go to Atlanta, you'll beat them. Buffalo, you will not beat them. Carolina, you'll beat them. Houston, you'll beat them. Miami, don't know, depends on who they bring in. Washington. So Cleveland's got a very friendly away schedule. Pittsburgh Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, that's in conference or in division. But Atlanta, you're good. Buffalo, you're not. Carolina, you're good. Houston, you're good. Miami, you're probably good. And Washington, you're good. Cleveland's going to be all right. If Kevin Stefanski, gets out of his own way, Cleveland's going to be all right. If not, then they're going to run Baker and Stefanski out of out of the Ohio Valley area. All right, let me get Sybil Wilkes on with what you need to know. If you want to know who your team is going to be playing home and away, hit me up, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. You can email me, aj@kyoksports.com, or you can text me, 832-403-5005. Here's Sybil Wilkes, what you need to know.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is, say it with me now, Friday, January 21st, 2022. Number one, the family of Lauren Smith Fields intends to sue Bridgeport, Connecticut over city authorities' handling of the 23-year-old Black woman's untimely death. Smith Fields' body was found in her Bridgeport apartment in the early hours of December 12th after meeting up with a man named Matthew LaFontaine from the dating app Bumble. Police did not detain LaFontaine for questioning, and the family is now asking that an independent agency be brought in to handle the investigation of her death. Number two, Cheryl A. Hickman, president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, has passed away after a recent illness. The news was confirmed by the organization in a tweet about their national president and chair of the National Board of Directors. According to the statement, President Hickman was a devoted member of Delta Sigma Theta since 1982 and served in various capacities at the chapter, region, and national level before being elected national president. She is remembered not only for her role as a leader, but for being a colleague, friend, and most of all, sister. Number three, a new study concludes getting the vaccine is still the safest way to prevent COVID-19. The study examined infections in New York and California last summer and fall. However, experts said there are a number of possible other factors at play, including whether the vaccine's effectiveness simply faded over time and mask-wearing habits. Number four, Minneapolis City Councilwoman Andrea Jenkins made history by becoming the first Black gender city council president. Jenkins received a unanimous vote from the Minneapolis City Council. She previously served as the council's vice president. As city council president, she will fight for added accountability within the Minneapolis Police Department and tackle issues such as affordable housing, public safety, and healthcare. Number five, by now, many of our fitness New Year's resolutions are a thing of the past. The owners of Know Yourself Fitness and Mentoring Group want to inspire the community to embrace exercise year-round. Read more about their enterprise and their work with youth in the Dallas juvenile system in today's Black Business Spotlight. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Choose to make a life of service your life's mission. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, thank you very much there, Sybil Wilkes, for what we need to know today. All right, let me do some birthdays real quick before I got to wrap this first hour up. If you are celebrating a birthday or an anniversary and you want me to shout you out, then go ahead and make sure I've got them along with Jimmy Jarrell celebrating his birthday along with Jamal Williams, 29, with his writing, acting, and producing self. Jennifer Jones is 37. What's up, cuz? Barbara White celebrating her birthday along with Johnny Jones. Barbara Holman is 35. Brandon Gillespie is 37. And Calvin Holloway is 46. Also, happy birthday to the following celebrities. Happy birthday to the following celebrity. Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear, celebrating his birthday today. He was born up in Columbus, Ohio. Paul Allen, the co-founder of Microsoft, owner of the Portland Trail Blazers, Seattle Seahawks, who passed away in 2018, would have celebrated a birthday today. Man, good day for basketball players. Y'all remember Detlef Schrempf? Detlef Schrempf from the Mavericks, the Pacers, and the Supersonics is his birthday. And another big man who we love down here in Houston. I'm talking about Hakeem Olajuwon celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to you, big guy. Here's Usher.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, everyone, and happy anniversary to everyone celebrating an anniversary. If you got one over the weekend, hit me up on Monday. I'll make sure we get to them. All right, top of the hour.
Legendary. 1140 AM, KYOK Conroe, and 92.3 FM, K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. We ready. We ready. We ready. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house.
When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it?
Yes,
we. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this holler we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Now that's just first hour on the books. Second hour underway right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. And I'm still riling up them Cowboy fans over on, actually, it's a Cowboy fan, and I don't even know who he's a fan of. Todd is a fan of New England, the Longhorns, and anybody else he can ride so that he can make your team look bad. That's Todd right there. I said something to Todd, and he want to talk about the Saints, and then he want to talk about Penny Hardaway, and then he want to talk about the Cowboys can't get over the hump. Bruh, New England got dog walked. They got dog walked. Man, I'm telling you, did Buffalo punt against New England? I don't think they punted one time against them. I know they scored 7 touchdowns on 7 drives. But Todd wants to talk about New Orleans. He want to talk about, Penny Hardaway and all this other stuff. Let me see who New England's got coming and going next season. Oh, real quick, somebody just sent me this. Titans are expecting to start running back Derrick Henry. All right. Okay. I can't be mad. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. All right, where is New England's schedule? Real quick, while I'm on this, because Todd ain't gonna let us get on nobody else. What's New England got next year? What is Mac Jones gonna be looking at? At home, he's got Baltimore. They gonna eat. Baltimore's coming in there to eat. The Bears, they'll probably win that. New England probably win that. The Bengals, I don't know. Detroit, they'll beat them. Dan Campbell and them. And the Indianapolis Colts. Y'all looking good at home. Y'all ain't going to have no problems at home. On the road now, y'all got to go to Arizona. Got to go to Cleveland. Got to go to Green Bay. Oops, sorry. Got to go to Minnesota. Y'all probably beat them. Got the Raiders. Y'all probably beat them. And then y'all got to go to Pittsburgh. I don't think Mike Tomlin going to let y'all run it into Pittsburgh and cut up a whole lot. I just don't think he's going to let that happen. I don't, you ain't in New England when you're in Pittsburgh. It's a difference. It's a difference. Speaking of Pittsburgh, I want to see what's on their schedule. Okay, Pittsburgh's got to go to Vegas, New England. No, these are home games. I'm sorry. Vegas comes to Pittsburgh. New England comes to Pittsburgh. New Orleans comes to Pittsburgh. That ain't going to be easy. The Jets, they're going to get beat up on. And then Tampa Bay. Interesting. And then on the road, Pittsburgh's got to go to Atlanta. They'll win that. Buffalo, ooh, tough one. Carolina, they'll win that. The Colts, probably going to win that one. Miami, don't know. And Philadelphia. I like that intrastate rivalry. I like that Philly-Pittsburgh rivalry. I love that, to be honest with you. Keith Hennig said, watch Detroit next year. They're going to surprise some people. Keith, you might be right. I'm just not going to believe you until I see it. I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just, bruh, do you know how long folks have been waiting on Detroit to do any of that you just said? Well, they had it under Jim Caldwell, but it still wasn't good enough. Like Detroit went from not beating anybody to having winning records, and they had the nerve to get bougie for just forgetting where they came from, and then they got Matt Patricia, and now they a little more woke to, yeah, we ain't that good. So that's probably why they gave Dan Campbell another shot. But I don't know, man. I hear you. I know they lost a lot of close games. Detroit and Nebraska. The Detroit Lions and the Nebraska Cornhuskers are the same teams to me. Dan Campbell might as well be Scott Frost, and Scott Frost might as well be Dan Campbell. Yes, they lost a lot of close games, but people, and I'm not talking about you, Keith, I love you, but people act like that just because they lost close games this season, they're going to win those games next season. It don't work like that. Like, you don't start next season 22-21. You gotta run plays for 60 minutes and try to win the game. You're not going to get a head start because you almost lost or you almost won last season. There might be teams that come in versus Detroit and Nebraska and not take them lightly and just beat the snot out of them from the beginning to the end. Then what? Then what do we say about Dan Campbell and Scott Frost? So I don't know, man. Two teams I'm not going to give any credit three teams that I'm not going to give any credit until I see them do something. Detroit, the Texans, and Nebraska. Just nothing. I got nothing. I don't care what you did last year. Nebraska outscored everybody in the Big Ten except for who? They had a winning margin against every team in the Big Ten, but they lost against everybody except for Northwestern. So that one game, that one output against Northwestern skewed the numbers so bad it made it look like Nebraska was competitive against teams that they lost to. Okay. Rock with it. Keith said, we'll see. I'm in agreement. That's what I say. I'm not arguing with you because I love you. If you were Todd, I'd be smacking you around, but it's you. So I hear you. They got a shot, but I won't believe it until I see it. It's like Cleveland. Everybody came in talking about Cleveland. I even said, Cleveland had a chance to get to the Super Bowl. I said Cleveland had a chance to surprise everybody. Where's Cleveland right now? Cleveland's got more disarray right now than, back when they were running with Brian Hoyer. Cleveland right now is closer to Johnny Manziel than they are to who was the last quarterback to get them to the playoffs? Not name Baker. Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey, real quick, while we talk about these quarterbacks, there are several teams that I want to know who you think the quarterback is going to be next season. Several. All right? Who's going to be the quarterback in Pittsburgh next year? Who's going to be the quarterback in Indianapolis next year? Who's going to be the quarterback in Washington next year? Who's going to be the quarterback in Carolina next year? Who's going to be the quarterback in New Orleans next year. One thing, you can say what you want to say about Nick Sirianni. Don't hold an opening season press conference with him. He gets real confused. Yeah, we're gonna be so smart and simple that we'll be complex and dumb to the other team. You mean you sound dumb? No, I mean that it's going to be so simple that it'll be complex to everybody else who doesn't know how simple it is. Oh, okay, you sound dumb. Go ahead. Say what you want to say about his opening press conferences. Nick Sirianni has announced in January of 2022 that Jalen Hurts is going to be our starting quarterback for this season. I like it. I like it. Why play around? Why try to be coy? Why try to act like you're going to go with Gardner Minshew or Joe Flacco or somebody like that? Your quarterback is who? Jalen Hurts. Got it. Got it. Big Time Floyd. Hello, AJ and Breakers. The games will be decided on the field. 2 upsets are in play. Everyone have a great weekend and enjoy playoff football. Yeah, that's why I'm trying hard not to let the Texans ruin my weekend. If they announce Josh McCown this weekend, good for them. If they announce Jonathan, what's this dude's name? Jonathan Gannon? Rich Gannon, Jonathan Vilma. If they announce whoever they're going to announce, I'm not breaking away. I'm not going to any press conferences. Don't send me the link. I'm good. Keith Hennick, New Orleans would be smart to start Jameis Winston. I agree with you. On that one, I agree with you. But there are a lot of QB1 spots open in 2022. Like, is Chicago going to play around with the whole Andy Dalton versus Jameis, Justin Fields, or are they going to go ahead and be big boys and say Justin Fields is our quarterback? If I'm the Raiders, either I'm saying Derek Carr is our quarterback, or I'm trying to get Aaron Rodgers to come to Oakland. Who's going to be the quarterback in Green Bay? Who's going to be the quarterback in Minnesota? Who's going to be QB1 in Denver? Those are legit questions. Now, there's a place that I have not yet mentioned that should have a quarterback controversy, but they won't. They won't. And I don't mean a controversy as in there's somebody better. If I'm Matt Ryan, you know what I do? I call Pittsburgh and say, yo, what will it take for me to get there? Or I call Indianapolis and say, yo, how can we work this out? Or better yet, I'll have my agent do it. And I know he's under contract. Yet deals can happen. And if I'm Matt, I've been there, done that, how the Atlanta train runs. If I'm Matt Ryan, I'm checking my options. I'm gonna pull a Tom Brady if I'm Matt Ryan. Like, all right. Keith, I'm gonna address that when we come back. Take a break right here on the lunch break.
If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt, then listen up. We can reduce or eliminate your interest rates. Cut your monthly payment up to 50% and stop all late fees. Our company has been helping good people just like you get out of debt for over 30 years. Don't get stressed out. If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills, we can show you a way to reduce all of your bills to one lower monthly payment that you can afford. So again, if you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills you can't afford, make this free call today and learn how you can finally get out of debt. Call now for your free consultation. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. That's 800-638-7112. Sponsored by Credit Card.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. That's 800-472-5145.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Beautiful people, this is Major. This is why I love you on the lunch break.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's Freestyle Friday. Listen, somebody call me. I want somebody to run the quarterback gauntlet for me. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you a city, and I want you to tell me who's the starting quarterback is going to be for this year. I don't have anything for you. I can't give you $100 like I was going to give away yesterday. You know, I was going to get that money up yesterday, man. I told somebody to find a scripture for me, and if they could find it, that I'd give them some loot, and folks couldn't find it. So anyway, my music stopped. I like that. Who messed with my song track? Somebody call me 281-453-1000. Let's play the quarterback gauntlet. All right, who's this? Let's see who this is. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, it's Keith Hennig. How are you?
Caller of the year 2020. What's up, bro?
Well, I'll take the quarterback challenge.
All right, let's see. Let's start with you. I'm going to save your question for last. All right, Keith?
Sure.
All right. So let's start with New Orleans. Who do you think New Orleans quarterback going to be?
Jameis Winston.
All right, J-Dub, New Orleans. All right. Let's go with Pittsburgh. Who do you think that quarterback will be?
That could be a draft pick or a trade.
Really? You think they'd let a draft pick come in there and run that?
Knowing Mike Tomlin, probably not. I think he's going to trade for someone.
Yeah, I'm serious, man. If I am Matt Ryan, I'm like, yo, I love you, Atlanta, and I want to, I'll cry on the press conference, and I'll do a some type of giveaway or something. I'll just build a school or something like that. But I'm out, man.
Exactly. Matt Ryan is still a high quality quarterback and should be moving on. That team is just a disgrace. And if I was Matt Ryan, I would make those calls.
Yeah. I'd have my agent do it, definitely. Indianapolis, who you think with quarterback will be there?
I think they're going to start with Carson Wentz and see how he does. And after that, I don't know. I don't know where Jacoby Brissett is. Where is
Jacoby's down in Miami, and he is happy there. Well, he was until they got rid of Brian Flores, because he got a lot of playing time down there in Miami.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And he'll probably stay. I don't know if Deshaun winds up in Miami. Jacoby Brissett just may take a hike to another team.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of jobs available at quarterback, so you're right.
Oh, a lot. You're right.
Yeah. Denver, who's that starting quarterback there in Denver?
I think Drew Lock is going to get the start again, but he's not going to finish it.
I hope you're wrong on that one.
I do too. I like Denver. I'm not a John Elway guy, but I do like the Broncos.
This is a wild card. New York Giants. Who's starting quarterback in New York?
I think they're going to ride Daniel.
I think you're right, too. The Raiders. Who's going to be starting quarterback there?
That is an excellent question. I think the Raiders are going to draft a quarterback and probably pick up a Colt McCoy kind of guy to start the season.
All right, you asked this question. Who will Tampa Bay starting quarterback be? Why do you ask that?
I believe, and this is just through Tampa Bay's website, my belief is if the Bucs win the Super Bowl this year, Brady and Arians are going to call it a career and ride off into the sunset.
Wow.
Hopefully the coach will be Byron Leftwich or Todd Bowles. Either one is fine with me. But Blaine Gabbert is Brady's backup, and he is not a real NFL quarterback.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You didn't have to say that one. You're sure right. I got two more for you. Carolina, starting quarterback there.
Wow. Sam Darnold has been really underwhelming, but I think he's the guy that's going to start.
Okay. I hope you're wrong on that one. Washington.
I think that's Derek Carr's job.
Okay, you got Carr there. All right. Did I miss anybody?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take a picture of this, Keith, and when it happens, we'll come back to it and we'll see how you did, okay?
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Could I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead. As always, definitely.
AFC and NFC championship games this year. Who do you like?
Yep. Glad you asked. I got Tennessee, and man, I'm struggling with Kansas City and Buffalo, but I'm going to go ahead and go Tennessee, KC in that one, and then I'm going to go Green Bay and a shaky Tampa Bay in the other one.
Well, that's good. That'd be good. Last year's championship game was at Lambeau, and Brady walked out with the win. So he's capable of doing that.
Yep. And he's got the right coaches.
If they get by the Rams this weekend.
And I'm telling you, the Rams and Buffalo are my upset specials. I feel like San Francisco's got an outside shot, but my upset specials are Rams and Buffalo.
Excuse me one second, please. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Man, look, I know you're running the whole show over there, Keith. But yeah, Rams and Buffalo are the possible upsets for me.
Well, you're right. They are possible upset. I think Buffalo is very good, but the Titans are going to win it. The Bucs and Rams this weekend will determine a whole lot of things.
All right, well, let's see how you do. You got to have a great week, man. You and the other 5 contestants in the lunch break weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge Playoff Edition. Again, have your picks to me by tomorrow, 2:30, and use that Buffalo-Kansas City game as your tiebreaker. Okay, Keith?
I've got it. You'll have them this afternoon, sir.
All right, brother. You have a great weekend. Stay dry and warm up there, okay?
You do the same. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Keith. All right, so Keith had some interesting comments on those quarterbacks. I'll go back over some of those. Carmelio said Matt Ryan is not Steeler material, and neither is Neil O'Donnell. My fault, Mason Rudolph. You're right, bro. You're right about that. And apparently Haskins has not matured into legitimately competing for that job either. There are some good jobs that are going to be open QB1 wise. All right, so he said for New Orleans, Jameis Winston, Pittsburgh, a draft pick or a trade. Colts, he says Carson Wentz. Man, I tell you what, not by the way that Jim Irsay and the general manager spoke about Wentz. I feel like he's gone. Denver, he says Drew Lock. Giants, Daniel Jones. Raiders, draft pick. Tampa Bay, that's interesting that one would even come up. If Tom Brady and them win the Super Bowl, does he walk off with two championships, a la two championships in Tampa, a la John Elway? Carolina, Sam Darnold. Washington, he said Derek Carr. Interesting. We'll see. I'm trying to think of other teams that might have quarterback controversy. The Raiders, we already said them. That's interesting. All right, y'all, let me take a break. We'll get ready to wrap this up in a little bit right here on the lunch break. If you want to get in, if you want to give me your quarterback thoughts, hit me up. If you want to talk about anything else, it's wide open. It's Freestyle Friday. Let's talk about it. Be right back.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
My name is Devon McDonald from Jamaica, live with Indianapolis Colts, and you listen to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Roku TV. Big shout out to Ben Sutter III, BS3 TV. Go to your Roku streaming device, look for that, BS3 TV. Download that, and guess what? We're right there in the midst of some great shows. I love every single one of them. Like I said, starting next week, we'll have some of the folks from some of those other shows on my show. I want to bring some of them and let you get to know them. All right, y'all, listen. I got a lot of folks asking me questions about these quarterbacks. John R. says, do you really think that the Raiders would get rid of Derek Carr? Yeah, again, I don't know. If they had kept Mike Mayock, I'd say yes, because for some reason Mike Mayock and John Gruden were not big on Derek Carr. And he folded like a tent come playoff time. He did. Let's just be real. But I don't know if that's him or I don't know if that's, scheme. Gruden had to run his thing. Well, nobody smarter than John Gruden, supposedly. So I don't know. Where's Aaron Rodgers going to end up? That's a question for me. Where's Aaron Rodgers going to end up? Is he going to end up, back there in Green Bay, or is he going to jump to Pittsburgh? Which, again, I won't be a fan of his, but I'll be a fan of the team. Is he going to go to Denver? I hear he has some affection for Denver. So, again, that leaves at least one quarterback out. I don't know if it's Teddy Bridgewater or if it's Drew Lock. One of the two will probably go if Aaron Rodgers goes there. There's a quarterback spot that I don't think would be open, nor do I think it should be. And that's Baker Mayfield. I don't think Baker should be run out of Cleveland. I'm really thinking I'm thinking it's Kevin Stefanski. I feel like the curtain has been pulled back on this dude, and the Wizard of Oz is not who we thought he was. I'm not rocking with Baker's wife. I think she needs to get off of social media when it comes to her husband and the fan base. I mean, talk to your friends, your family. Do what you want to do on social media, but, you're not helping your husband out by going after people because, they realize it wasn't Odell Beckham Jr. that was the problem. So I think he stays. Lamar Jackson stays. Again, we don't know who the quarterback in Pittsburgh will be. Obviously, Joe Burrow stays. NFC East, you've got New England. We know he's going to be there. Josh Allen is going to be in Pittsburgh. They might have rushed Zach Wilson a little too fast in New York with the Jets. And I'll be honest with you, everything that people say negative about Jameis Winston, and we've seen all of his upside, and what you get out of Jameis Winston, you can take Winston's name off of it and put Daniel Jones's name in it and not have to change any punctuation whatsoever. Everything that they said bad about Winston coming out of Tampa, you can say about Daniel Jones with the Giants. I think that's a team that should be looking for another quarterback. And if Deshaun is able to pull off a trade or, settle his outstanding issues and they pull off a trade to the Giants, bruh, go. You are not going to have a hard time beating out Daniel Jones. AFC North, we already covered that. AFC South, Tannehill's going to be there. Don't know who's going to be there for the Colts. Davis Mills will be the quarterback of the Texans, and Trevor Lawrence will be the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then you're going out west. Denver, obviously a question. Kansas City, there is no question. Chargers, there is no question. And Raiders, we don't know. I'm surprised Keith didn't say anything about the NFC West quarterback. And I'm talking about Mr. Wilson. I don't know. Where's he going to end up? Again, that's somebody I would call before I call anybody. If I'm in Pittsburgh, I'm trying to see if we can get Mr. Seattle and his wife to Pittsburgh. Again, I know it's not New York. But, let's see. Man, that would be a great move. That would be a great move. They can get Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh, game over. If they can get Russell Wilson down in New Orleans, game over. Cardinals, they're going to have their quarterback, Kyler Murray. They don't need their head coach, but they're going to have their quarterback. 49ers, that was a one I didn't ask. Who's going to be the head quarterback in San Francisco? Keith, if you're still listening, who's going to be the quarterback in San Francisco? Garoppolo is probably going to end up in Indianapolis. I can see Jimmy Garoppolo going to Indianapolis, but who is going to be quarterback there? Is it Trey Lance? And then the Rams, they're going to stick with Matthew Stafford. We already talked about the NFC South. Panthers need a quarterback. Falcons just need a change of scenery. Saints need to stick with Jameis Winston. Tampa Bay, if they win the Super Bowl, what happens there? Detroit, do you run it back with Jared Goff? You run it back with Jared Goff. Bears, Justin Fields. Vikings, open to me. Should be wide open. Should be wide open. Depending on who the head coach is, you know, you can see Kirk Cousins maybe in Indianapolis. Or Kirk Cousins in Denver. Packers, obviously, question marks. So there you go. Those are your quarterback questions. All right, let me Camilio, Joshua Dobbs should be the Steelers quarterback. He is mobile and has a rocket for an arm. I don't know what is up with Joshua Dobbs and why he has not gotten a fair chance to be the starting quarterback at Pittsburgh. I mean, maybe it's the Ben Roethlisberger effect where you got Big Ben, you don't look at anybody else. But Joshua Dobbs, you can't say it's football IQ. The man is literally a rocket scientist. You can't say it's mobility. You can't say he doesn't know the playbook. They literally let him leave and traded to get him back. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Joshua Dobbs is definitely one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites. Real quick, Willie Gibson sent me this early this morning. And it is that there is a possible first black owner of an NFL football team that could happen this year. If the Denver Broncos, go up for auction or for sale, billionaire Robert F. Smith, the richest black man in America, who's worth an estimated $6.7 billion, could become the first black owner of an NFL football team. Could happen. Obviously, he's got the money. I think NFL owners have to put up, 35%, 30% of the money in their own cash? 30%, yeah. Got to put up at least 30% of the purchase price in cash. Yeah, you just can't run out and get a bunch of loans and say, hey, we got that money. And obviously, Mr. Smith has that money. But there are other people out there that want in on that. Obviously, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, who's got money on top of money on top of money, wants to be an NFL owner. Let's see, Peyton Manning and John Elway. Brittany Boland, one of the daughters of the late owner of the Broncos, reportedly trying to put a team together and buy that team. But again, I would love to see diversity in ownership in the NFL. And one is a start. These teams don't become for sale often. And I think reportedly, if the team goes up for sale, because of the way that it goes up for sale, they have to take the highest bidder. Like, they can't say, oh, you were the highest bidder, but we want it to be John Elway and Mrs. Boland and Peyton Manning. You've got to take whoever the highest bidder is. So, the Denver Broncos of all teams can go for like $4 or $5 billion. I don't know if it's worth that, but it can go for like $4 or $5 billion. So we'll see. That'll be interesting. Again, we're always talking about black head coaches and black general managers and black front office executives. I'm on the ownership. I'm on the ownership level. I'm on the ownership. Own it. Just own it, and then you do what you want with it. So we'll see. That'll be interesting. That was a good article that Willie sent me. Willie Gibson sent me that. All right, what else? And I'm really about to wrap this up. Some of y'all's messages are funny. Who is Jackson State's new offensive coordinator? Yeah, let me take a break. We'll talk about that. Jackson State, Deion Sanders has gone with a new offensive coordinator. And what's interesting is that very decision right there, I believe, is what cost them the Celebration Bowl this past season. Take a break. Be right back right after this on the lunch break.
Hi, this is Candace Houston. Tune into my new radio show called Candid Plug. Every Saturday from noon to 1, we will have engaging conversations on current events, topics that affect the community, and religion. Join me each Saturday from noon to 1 for my new show called Candid Plug, where you plus me equals us, right here on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and streaming live on KYOKradio.org.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead, say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
love talking,
and joy living on Get Up Mornings.
Get up! Get up!
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Beautiful people, this is Major. This is why I love you. On the lunch break.
All right, y'all. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. All new, 92.3 FM. Excuse me. Got a little crunchy there. Keith Hennig said, I wonder if Mr. Smith is a pro football guy. He apparently is interested. He apparently wants to be an NFL owner. And I'm glad to hear that because, I'm tired of hearing the usual suspect. Oh, Oprah. Oh, Tyler Perry. If Oprah and Tyler Perry wanted to own an NFL team, they would have tried to do so by now. I do know Jay-Z is interested, but again, I'm glad to hear another name besides theirs. Not knocking them, please don't get me wrong. I'm just glad to hear another name besides theirs. So there's that. All right, real quick. Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, has selected a new offensive coordinator. His name is Brett Bartolone, and he is the new offensive coordinator of the Jackson State Tigers, the current defending SWAC champions, Camilio and Clarence. All right, he says, you can expect us to score a lot of points. We're going to be prepared, and put it quite simply, we're going to do stuff that the defense doesn't like to do. We're going to play fast. We're going to play super confident, and we're going to attack the defense, said Coach Bartolone in Coach Sanders' video. Now, who is this guy? He was a wide receiver at Washington State under Mike Leach. Tells me everything I need to know. He's going to come in with this air raid offense, and there we go. And all I got to say, I'm not trying to be negative. This is going to be my last little segment before I go off. What has the air raid offense won? I mean, what has the air raid offense won in college or in the pros? I don't recall one of the national champions hoisting the trophy saying, yeah, man, that air raid offense was just unstoppable. I don't hear anybody in the NFL hosting up the Lombardi Trophy saying, hey, our air raid offense got us to this point. I know Mike Leach and your guy Cliff Kingsbury are Mr. Air Raid 1.0 and 2.0. What have they won? All right, Coach Prime, good luck. Wish you well. Mr. Bartolone, welcome to the SWAC. Welcome to HBCU football. And there you go. I don't know what all the fuss about is the air raid offense. In other words, Camilio, Clarence, all you Southern Jag fans out there, Prairie View fans out there, Alabama A&M FAMU fans out there, y'all got a shot because Coach Prime has decided to go air raid. It's fun to watch. It's exciting. But when it comes down to chips, somebody tell me how many chips do coaches have in college or the pros having run the air raid offense? Kind of like when U of H had those great offenses under under Klingler and Andre Ware. Put up a lot of stats, but how many games did they win? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm not trying to say Coach Prime don't know what he's doing. I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right, any breaking news out there? Let me see what's going on. Any breaking news? Have the New York Giants hired a head coach? They got their general manager. Ben Simmons is still sitting out for the 76ers. The Lakers still have not decided what they're going to do with Russell Westbrook. All right. Petition for Super Bowl Saturday signed by 80,000 people. They're not going to move the Super Bowl to Saturday anytime soon. All right. What else we got? Titans going to start Derrick Henry. I see that. What else we got? I was surprised that Golden State lost to the Pacers last night, but Chris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, has me not interested at all in the regular season. I'm not going to get back on board with the NBA until April. April, when they start jockeying for playoff positions. Because, Chris Gardner made me oh, man, it wasn't a quality win. Guys are hurt and they're out. And he's right. He's right. The Indiana Pacers last night with a bunch of dudes that I have no idea who they are came from behind and beat Golden State. All right. What does that mean? What does that mean? So I don't know. About March, April, I'm jumping on board. We'll see what happens. We haven't even gotten to the NBA trade deadline yet. So you don't even know who the rosters are going to be. So I'll jump on board around April, May, playoff time. Big win for the Indiana college men's basketball team. Knocked off a very good Purdue team. Todd, Longhorn Key. IU knocked off PU. Quality win. On the men's and women's side of college basketball, regular season matters. Pros, not so much. Still waiting on my confirmation to the Final Four, see if I got my credentials. If I got my credentials, I'm in New Orleans. I can't wait. I want to see what happens Final Four. All right, let me get ready to go. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on here with what you need to know. Quick sports update. The Mavericks had their 4-game win streak ended with a 109-101 loss to Phoenix last night. Luka, 28-8-8. But, man, Chris Paul and Devin Booker did their thing. CP3, 20 points, 11 assists in the win. That man left Houston and did not look back. I ain't mad, brother. The Mavs will host Memphis Sunday at 6:30. New Orleans beat the Knicks last night, 102-91. Man, New Orleans is another interesting team. I'm wondering how they're going to be when Zion comes back, if he comes back. Spurs will host Brooklyn tonight at 7:30. Rockets at Golden State. That will be tonight at 9. College basketball from around the state. Sam Houston beat New Mexico State 71-46. Stephen F. Austin beat Grand Canyon by the exact same score, 71-46. Northwestern State lost to Nichols, 69-58. Houston Baptist beat Incarnate Word, 68-65. University of Texas El Paso beat UT San Antonio, 69-64. And Lamar beat some school called Dixie State, 71-55. No disrespect to Dixie State, but you know what I'm saying. All right, that's my update. Of course, we got NFL action tomorrow. Tennessee starting Derrick Henry against Cincinnati at 3:30. Again, got Tennessee. Green Bay hosting San Francisco at 7:15. Watch that one. That one could be the upset nobody saw coming. And then Tampa Bay on Sunday at 2 o'clock hosting the Rams. Keep your eye on that one. And Kansas City and Buffalo, 5:30. That'll be like Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant or the Big Show. Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, that's one of those legendary matchups. I think that one's going to be the game of the weekend. So we'll see. Again, if you're in the lunch break weekly, keeping up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge, don't forget I got to have your picks by tomorrow, 2:30, and use the Sunday night game, Kansas City and Buffalo, as the tiebreaker. All right, Sybil Wilkes up next with what you need to know. Then, of course, we got Donnie McClurkin with the Donnie McClurkin Show. We've got some new shows starting, at least one new show starting this weekend. Y'all be sure to check it out from 12 to 1. And then, of course, the Not So Christian in Me show will be happening this weekend as well. So, as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Lord say the same. I'll be seeing y'all on Monday for, oh, my goodness, Monday. And with the coach, Johnny Cole, as we take our HBCU stroll. Y'all be blessed.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is, say it with me now, Friday, January 21st, 2022. Number 1. The family of Lauren Smith Fields intends to sue Bridgeport, Connecticut over city authorities' handling of the 23-year-old Black woman's untimely death. Smith Fields' body was found in her Bridgeport apartment in the early hours of December 12th after meeting up with a man named Matthew LaFontaine from the dating app Bumble. Police did not detain LaFontaine for questioning, and the family is now asking that an independent agency be brought in to handle the investigation of her death. Number 2. Cheryl A. Hickman, president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, has passed away after a recent illness. The news was confirmed by the organization in a tweet about their national president and chair of the National Board of Directors. According to the statement, President Hickman was a devoted member of Delta Sigma Theta since 1982 and served in various capacities at the chapter, region, and national level before being elected national president. She is remembered not only for her role as a leader, but for being a colleague, friend, and most of all, sister. Number 3, a new study concludes getting the vaccine is still the safest way to prevent COVID-19. The study examined infections in New York and California last summer and fall. However, experts said there are a number of possible other factors at play, including whether the vaccine's effectiveness simply faded over time and mask-wearing habits. Number 4, Minneapolis City Councilwoman Andrea Jenkins made history by becoming the first Black gender City Council president. Jenkins received a unanimous vote from the Minneapolis City Council. She previously served as the council's vice president. As City Council president, she will fight for added accountability within the Minneapolis Police Department and tackle issues such as affordable housing, public safety, and health care. Number 5, by now, many of our fitness New Year's resolutions are a thing of the past. The owners of Know Yourself Fitness and Mentoring Group want to inspire the community to embrace exercise year-round. Read more about their enterprise and their work with youth in the Dallas juvenile system in today's Black Business Spotlight. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Choose to make a life of service your life's mission. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Again, as always, not this, definitely this. I do love you. Nothing you can do about it. We'll talk to you on Monday. Y'all have a blessed one.